rule is always, I want the black guy to win. That's my rule every single time, because we just need more opportunities to uplift us. I watched the F1 movie. They did a whole bunch of stuff on the track that I had no idea was happening, and I cannot even describe it to you. At some point, they changed tires. But luckily for me, this video exists. Formula One explained by an idiot. This is by Rick F1 Addiction. Welcome back to Staying Live. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's learn about Formula One.
Formula One, often referred to as the pinnacle of motorsports. It's been the face of
Peak
racing
is crazy,
for so
though.
many years now, and I, a very, very intellectual F1 fan, am going to attempt to explain it. Except I'm not exactly very intellectual. Now, Formula One, with all of its glamour, beauty, speed,
does anybody in here watch F1?
Engineering.
Anybody in here watch like F1 and consume it, like they understand what's going on? Let me know.
Essentially 20 rich guys driving in circles.
Right,
Thank
that's
you so
what I
much for
thought.
watching.
Yes. Yeah.
Nothing, just an incident.
Now, of course, Formula One isn't just 20 millionaires driving in circles, but the circles are on
Is
crack.
it not?
Although, not gonna lie, it's kind of accurate. But you know, Formula One is so much more than that, and I'm going to bring you guys deep down the rabbit hole. Obviously, some of you are probably watching this because you want to try to get into Formula One, which is relatively pretty easy, as you can probably tell. But if you're already a diehard fan, okay, I kind of don't know why the hell you're still watching this video, but hey, you know, this video is going to be one hell of a journey.
No, by the end of this video, I want to be racing. By the end of this video, I want to be able to hop inside of an F1 vehicle and learn how to operate it. G-force and all of that. I'm talking, I want to see my face bone structures do the... You guys know what I'm talking about. That looked crazy, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Grab your popcorn, clear your tears away if you're a Ferrari fan, grab your Red Bull or your Monster Energy, and this is going to be Formula One.
I don't know about F1, but you can get with this FN. I just hope this video doesn't like attract a whole bunch of new viewers to my channel, because now I got to explain to them what FN means.
Explained by an idiot.
It looks so cool. It looks so cool. I just can't imagine going inside of something that costs $1.5 million to make, and then watch somebody slam it against the wall to win a race. Ooh, the blue on that Mercedes looks fire.
Alright, so starting off with the basic stuff, F1 is a sport where 10 teams with 2 drivers each race for points that tally up to a Drivers' World Championship, which is equivalent to like the Piston Cup. The F1 season starts in late February and ends in November, December.
Oh my gosh, like you guys think I'm joking, but I'm actually really trying to learn right now. I'm being so serious.
February is essentially the season break where there's no F1, aka the time where I lose my sanity and curl up into a ball and start crying.
That's how I feel when the NBA season ends, so I get you, gang. I get it. I really do.
Also the time where some spicy F1 news gets released. In work terms, it's like hearing your favorite manager got fired,
gossip,
or a coworker moved to the rival's business. So there are 24 different races this year, and in each race, drivers essentially score points, and the one with the most points wins the championship. Points are only given to drivers who finish within the top 10, essentially saying skill issue to the other 10 drivers on the grid.
Once again, most unsportive driver of the grid.
Suck my balls, mate.
But aside from that, these points also tally up to a constructors championship, which is the combined points of the 2 drivers in a team.
So, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna go over this, but during the off season, do they just build cars, like a whole bunch of them, and just like see which one goes the fastest when the season starts? Or what's the whole car thing? Because, and what's the logistics on the cars being the cars? Like, why can't I just copy your car? How secret is the files? I can't get it off of a Google Drive? Just questions. I have questions.
Takes the constructors championship, and the higher the team places, the more money that they get. Now, every single team in F1 has 2 drivers. There's no way around that. You can't have 3, probably just a reserve driver, which is essentially somebody to back up the other 2 drivers in case somebody gets sick. So every team has to have 2 drivers. Except for Aston Martin, because Lance Stroll is incapable of being a good driver.
You've got to lift it. No.
So is NASCAR the NFL and F1 is rugby? I'm not mad at it.
How can you be so
I'm trying to learn
useless,
something,
man?
Now, each team before the season starts develops a car that follows the regulations set by the FIA.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
It stands for Forever an Insufferable Pain in the Ass.
That's a little bit more than 3 letters. Just a little.
No, Mike, that was so not right.
So the FIA basically makes these regulations that all teams have to follow to make their cars, and each team has to try to develop the fastest car which will
Within
help their
that
drivers
rule
win
set?
points. Now the development of the car also involves engines. So far there are 4 engine manufacturers in F1, which are Mercedes, Ferrari, Honda, and Renault. Teams will have to choose an engine to work with, and they have to create the most.
Imagine, has a Honda car ever won? I gotta figure that out. I have to figure that out. Has a Honda F1 vehicle ever won? Yes. A Honda powered Formula 1 cars have won many races and championships, starting with their first victory in 1965. No. I don't want their first one. I want their last one. When was their last one? With Red Bull Racing, Honda cars winning multiple drivers and constructors championships, most notably with Max Verstappen securing titles in 2021, 2022, 2023, 20... Dang! Yo! Honda going crazy! Dang! Yo, Ferrari not on nothing! Oh my gosh! Mercedes not on nothing! Oh my gosh!
Ferrari, Honda, and Renault.
Yo, Renault's not a Honda 4-peating them boys. Oh no, that's a W for Honda.
Teams will have to choose an engine to work with, and they have to
That's
create
crazy.
the most aerodynamically efficient car on the grid. Because if they don't, something like this happens. Alright guys, so ready up for me to nerd out. I'm straight up gonna look like this. And this time I'm gonna be speedrunning some
DRS,
F1
no
terms
DRS.
you need to know.
Okay.
Pretty much the ones you need to know to understand everything that I'm gonna say. Because if I
Okay.
don't include this part, I'll actually just sound like a professional yapper throughout the video.
Alright, I'm
Okay,
paying
so here we
attention.
go.
Pay
Pole
attention, chat.
position. It's basically where a driver qualifies with the fastest time and starts first on the grid. Charles Leclerc is very familiar with that, but is incapable of winning from that position. Next is a podium. No, it's not the thing that Joe Biden stands on when he's trying to deliver a speech.
Right.
Big emphasis on the word trying.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Instead, a podium in F1 is where a driver finishes within the top 3, essentially second or third, as they get to stand on a podium after a race and potentially break another person's trophy. Another term is back markers, the teams or drivers that are all the way back of the competition. They're just there, all the way back there, which is something that Nikita Mazepin is very familiar with. Moving on, we have P1, P2, and P3.
Player 1,
the
player
P is
2,
for position,
player...
and the number after that is, well, it's kind of obvious. If you do not understand that, I swear to God, there is no hope for you to understand Formula 1. Pit stops are where drivers change their tires and
I know
you start
that.
to hear flies in your ears.
This is the coolest part about NASCAR or F1 to me.
DRS, which makes your car go faster as its rear wing opens, which allows for less drag. And it can only be active in the DRS zones of a racetrack. If you don't know what it stands for once again, then this video will certainly help you out.
Whoa!
You know what DRS stands for, Noah? Suck my dick.
Okay, got it. Learned.
Alright, so now we have the race.
Knock on me, you got it, bro. Lock in.
Of an F1 race, which takes place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is free practice, where drivers familiarize themselves with the track. Saturday is qualifying, which determines where you place on the grid. And Sunday is the race day. But not gonna lie, I'm kind of not really
Wait.
of an F1 race, which takes place. Alright, so now we have the race weekends. It's
Sorry.
essentially the schedule of an F1 race, which takes place on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
Friday is free practice, where drivers familiarize themselves with the track. Saturday is qualifying, which determines where you place on the grid, and Sunday is the race day.
Oh, so that's how they do that. I always wondered how they pick the first, second. Okay, it's okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of not really satisfied with that explanation. A more accurate way to put the race weekend is essentially Friday, everybody is delusional. Saturday, Ferrari fans are extremely happy. And on Sunday, Red Bull fans are extremely happy as we hear the Dutch national anthem for the 23rd time in a year.
It's textbook stuff, Max.
No, come on, stop this shit.
Tires, pit stop, and strategy.
Okay, so what happens once the race goes on? What happens after it's lights out and away we go? Well, believe it or not, it's not just cars going in circles over and over.
It doesn't
Although
seem
most of it
fair,
is pretty
though.
much that. But no, you know, there's
It's just,
something
I
called-
don't understand how racing could actually come out fair. It just seems like somebody in first place has such an advantage to qualify in the top 10 compared to somebody who's in 10th place being in first place.
tire wear,
Or
which I'm gonna
20th place
explain
being in
as
first place.
clearly as possible in bedroom terms. There's the hard tires, which last the longest. There's the soft tires, which finishes the fastest. Medium tires are kind of the in-between. Wet tires is used when the track gets spicy and slippery. And the final tire compound is intermediates, which are used when the track is somewhat wet, which is about 1 to 3 milliliters damp. Whereas
That is
for
so
wets,
crazy.
it's ideal for when the track is really wet, like something around 4 milliliters damp and above. I just sounded
That's
like the biggest
crazy.
nerd in history.
I didn't
My
even know
goodness.
that it went into that much specificities, but it makes sense because why would I get into a 200-mile-an-hour death trap with tires that can't adjust for every single weather condition? That makes sense.
Pardon my F1 addiction, guys. It's actually incurable.
You're doing
Like,
great
I would
right
be
now.
watching F1 while doing literally anything to the point where I would run out of content to watch and start watching videos of a monkey putting out the
Specifics.
fastest lap in a race. Anyways, we have pit stops. So this is where the teams switch out their tires in a race. Teams are required to pit at least once and change to a different tire compound. So once again, in bedroom terms, when you're hard and she's wet, you probably don't last as long as a pit stop, which is like sub 3
Yo,
seconds.
stupid.
I have no
I have to get
idea
on.
if you guys understood that. But just as a rundown of what it's like when F1 teams pit, Red Bull's pit stops usually go like this.
What? What? Red Bull gives tires? I thought Red Bull was supposed to give you wings. I'll be here all day. 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 I'll be here all day.
While Ferrari's pit stops are pretty much this.
Look, they're not even there. There's not a single intermediate time.
They came in, whether that was the driver who called it or the
As for strategy, different races means different tires can be used. For example, there could be races that require drivers to have 2 pit stops because their tires don't last as long, or some people would go on a one-stop strategy and risk it all. Strategies can change depending on the situation, but essentially the
And
teams opt for the
Aren't
most
the tires like $1 million a pop too? Like, aren't the tires crazy in terms of how much they cost?
optimal tire combo, except for Ferrari.
destroyed everything.
I love you too, Jack.
Oh, why were they telling you to pit?
Now, with all of the info on Formula One, which you guys just had to
I
throw
saw my
into
friend
your
go to it. I
faces
don't know
like
anything
Logan
about it.
Sargent whenever he sees a barrier, you're probably wondering, which team should I support? And well, that's an amazing question because me being, you know, a very intelligent Formula One fan, I'm going to give you guys the most accurate guide on
I have a very, very simple rule. I have a very, very simple rule. When I'm not invested into the sport or the medium or the competition or whatever, my rule is always I want the black guy to win. That's my rule every single time because we just need more opportunities to uplift us in any fathom, so I'm always gonna root the black guy. Now, if there is no black guy, it's easy. I just go for the closest thing to darkness. So if there's somebody who's there who's a little tan or a little brown skin, hey, you got my vote. But now on the flip side, what if there's a whole bunch of black people? I go for the darkest one. I'm very simple. I'm very simple, bro. I don't know what to tell you, gang. I want us to win. I want to uplift. I want to be part of the community, gang. If it's mad black people, I just go for the darkest one. If there's no black people, I go for the closest thing to a black person, brown skin, however I can get it, gang. If I'm not into the sport, I'm not into the competition, I'll always just find one of those 2 options, bro. I have a very simple rule, and it has not failed me yet, gang.
F1 teams and drivers. Trust me, you will never see more accurate information in the world than this video.
It's a Ferrari.
It's a shitbox.
Ferrari. So this team has pretty much had depressed drivers and fans since 2007. They do completely abysmal team strategies that make you think that you're high on crack, and has completely destroyed their past legacy of being the strongest team in Formula 1. Their driver Charles Leclerc has probably spent $1 million on his therapist after the tragedy, also called the 2022 season. And he's probably going to spend more after his contract extension. Now, if you don't know how this contract stuff works, basically these drivers are like employees and can get replaced or kept when their contract expires.
I don't got the money for that big money.
Carlos Sainz, who is going to be replaced by Lewis Hamilton in 2025. Hey guys, is it hammer time yet? Copy, we are checking.
Change your car. You've got a problem. Change your f***ing car.
Next up is Red Bull. Their theme song is pretty much the Dutch national anthem, or... Some of their fans started supporting them probably because they're Dutch, or their team has been losing too much to the point where supporting Red Bull is their only way of coping. Red Bull also has the literal F-35 fighter jet as their Formula 1 car, since their chief technical officer has an entire research facility built into his head. As for their drivers,
they keep losing?
Their main driver has daddy issues, and their second driver forgot how to drive in 2023.
Right, okay. Nah, that's crazy.
I've crashed it. I've crashed it almost immediately.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
As for Mercedes, their team principal has a deep hatred
for
headsets.
drugs,
They used to dominate a couple years ago, but now they completely forgot how to build a car. Now, Mercedes fans are some of the funniest people out there, but also some of the most ungodly, annoying fans
I could imagine that.
Particularly Team LH, aka Lewis Hamilton Glazers, still talking about him being 8-time world champion, which I do understand if you find the 2021 season controversial, but these guys are literally putting 8-time world champion literally
someone
everywhere.
with braids.
I would see comments saying that Lewis is 8-time world champion in a YouTube video analyzing the cars.
I just seen
now,
someone
of course,
with braids.
I'm not going to target all of you Mercedes fans out there. There's some of you guys who are, actually normal. But to all of the Team LH fans out there, instead of yapping about how the FIA is racist, instead use that energy to pray that Lewis has a good therapist, since he's going to Ferrari in 2025.
Are those locks?
Also, Mercedes' other driver, George Russell, has a crippling addiction of crashing into people.
To the outside to cover off Carlos Sainz, trying to go wide, and there you go. George Russell just...
He just fully turned into me.
And radio check, please.
Moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster.
Yeah, going side to side like a roller coaster. Dogs, those top dumb boys
McLaren
been boasted.
basically
Stop it! Let me flow! Let me flow!
Papaya team, they're orange and a team with a really, really rich history and a strong one as well, as long as we decide to ignore their, McLaren-Honda partnership. Overall, they're a strong powerhouse in F1 along with Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. As for their drivers, Lando Norris can't finish P1 probably until he's like 73 years old and is mentally incapable of saying anything normal in an interview.
Man's had a good mustache. It might be that.
Nah, braids to the back, and he got a whole arm sleeve, one arm specifically. Was he Mercedes driver or was he Ferrari's driver, bro? I know who I'm rooting for. Look, the most melanin on the stage too. Gang, I know who I'm rooting for.
While Oscar Piastri is really talented and so happy that he literally looks like this. Now, Alpine is what I call the schizophrenic team. Like, literally, these guys are fighting absolutely no one other than their own imagination. They're just a team that's just there. They don't stand out, but if you like a car that's pink, like one of my friends who doesn't know jack about F1, then sure, you can definitely support them. Now, what about their drivers? How good are they? Well, all you need to know about them is that they're both French. Okay, on to the next team.
It's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt for the end of the lap.
For Williams, money ruined their capability to keep up in recent times. They've had a rich history like the other big powerhouses. Williams used to be a backmarker team for a couple of years, but their comeback has been slow but strong. I could say the same for my academics. Actually, never mind, not really. I've actually been doing awful. I'm just deluding myself. Anyways, as for their drivers, Logan Sargent and Alex Albon, one of them doesn't know what a kilometer is, and the other one is very nice.
I don't blame him. A kilometer is a very confusing topic. That's not even a typical standard unit of measurement within the US.
Honestly, the best summary I could come up for these two. I'm gonna kill myself.
How's Aston Martin doing?
Aston Martin
knocked the tail off. I know that. brand new Porsche. Shout out Roddy Rich.
With huge promise at the start of the 2023 season until they scrambled like maniacs not knowing how to develop their car. Also, yeah guys, throughout the season, teams in F1 can introduce upgrades to their car as long as they don't reach the cost cap, which is a limit.
Oh, you can update it as the season's going on?
Of how much they can spend throughout the year. Now, most of the time, upgrades work brilliantly, except for whatever Aston Martin has been putting into their cars halfway throughout 2023. When it comes to their drivers, one of them is a 75-year-old rookie who makes TikToks every day, but
look like Robert Downey Jr.
still keeps up with the competition. And their other driver is so consistently garbage that
he looks like the other dude who does the until. What was his name?
Another team even roasted him in an interview.
Dominating.
All right, one more.
This is like Alonso and Stroll.
Are you having fun with this? You all right with this, guys?
I had enough of both of you. You let the team down.
Haas, Sauber, and the RB Formula 1 team. Now, these three are just there, you know. It's really sad.
Ray
they
Will
don't stand out. They're essentially the back markers. And when it comes to their drivers, one driver is allergic to finishing in the podiums. Another got his wife pregnant after getting pole position. This one is the type to get friend-zoned. The other guy is a Finnish Australian who posts
oh
pics of
my
his butt
gosh.
online. Another dude is planning to open a restaurant but never does it despite having millions of dollars. And the final driver is a high-performance athlete.
I'm a high-performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat, sweat.
Now, so far throughout the start of the video and until now, I've been saying that F1 is literally the pinnacle of motorsports. Apart from the Cars movie, of course. But what makes F1 so good? Well, it's the crashes and accidents, which usually go like this.
Is that actually what people look forward to? I thought people look forward to the races. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So
oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Accidents in F1 are not just entertaining, but they can cause the track to be dangerous. And this results in flags being waved during a session. One of them is the yellow flag, single ones which are usually waved when a car goes off track or a minor incident happens, while double yellow flags are for hazardous things. Next up is the red flag, which are for major incidents like Zhou Guanyu getting his car turned into a fidget spinner, Charles Leclerc crashing in Monaco for like the 50th time, and Sergio Perez in literally every race in 2023. Now, there's also other flags like the blue flag, which warns slower cars that a faster one is approaching them. There's the black flag for a penalty warning or a disqualification. Green flag, which means that the race is on again. And finally, the checkered flag, where drivers decide the winner through a chess game after the race.
That's a lie.
That was a joke.
That one was a joke.
You guys
yes.
Couldn't tell. Another amazing part of F1 are the team radios, which my boy Fernando Alonso here is known for some iconic ones like these.
Mate, I have no brakes, no tires. We are out of the points. We try to do whatever, but I don't care too much.
Don't forget that there's also Kimi Raikkonen, who talks
you could
more
be
on the
out of
than
all of those options at once just cause
anywhere else.
Quite famous by you two.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey! Hey! Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on!
In F1, there's also rivalries like Charles and Max throughout the start of the 2022 season until Ferrari completely destroyed Charles's mental health. There's also the iconic 2021 season, which also had a rivalry between Max and Lewis, where these two were so attracted to each other in the race that the FIA almost gave them a penalty for public display of affection.
Was that a real moment? That didn't look consensual.
Made by the FIA, who decide on who gets punished when they break the rules. And well, they are known for some pretty controversial decisions, which really just explains the forever and insufferable pain in the ass. But anyways, here's me speedrunning some of the most important rules in F1. So track limits. If 4 wheels of your car gets off the white lines of a track, they blow you up. If you're speeding in the pit lane, you're going too fast, they blow you up. Overtaking rules, you kiss another car, they blow you up. And lastly, the final and most important rule, if you're Romain Grosjean, you actually blow up.
Okay, let's go and get him.
Yeah.
Did he?
I have it.
Did we just witness a body?
The next aspect of Formula 1 are its team principals. Now, these guys are pretty much the leader of their teams and are the people who are guiding them to victory. Now, the team principal of Mercedes, Toto Wolff, is known for printing things out, and he's pretty much the mafia boss turned into Pookie Bear in recent seasons.
Die funktionieren im Moment nicht. That's harassment.
Next up is Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull. He got unbelievably roasted by Martin Brundle.
Shame you're too old to have driven here, really.
I am too old to have driven here, but
You would have liked it.
yeah. Shame you wasn't fast enough to get to Formula One.
And there's also the team principal of Aston Martin, Mike Crack. I'm not gonna say anything about his name. Next up is James Vowles, who still gives severe nightmares to Valtteri Bottas.
They're really doing this.
Valtteri, it's James. Please abort the fastest lap attempt before the end of the lap.
Next is Andrea Stella, the team principal for McLaren. I honestly didn't even know this.
Oh,
guy was
McLaren
team
got a
principal.
car?
Like, I still think it's Pookie Bear Zach Brown because, like, he's just 10 times more entertaining despite him being cringy in some certain moments.
Abbiamo fatto noi.
Arrivederci.
Finally, it's gonna be Günther Steiner. Now, I know he
Arrivederci
was
is so
replaced
crazy,
recently,
gang.
but piss off, you know, he's still in my heart. Anyway, Günther is the type of guy to swear 9 times in a sentence with only 5 words in it.
He does not smash my door. Tell him that. If he doesn't want to come back, he better tell me now.
Has he just done
yeah,
that now?
Yeah, he smashed my office door.
So that is Formula One and the best explanation that I can come up for it. It's obviously, you know, the most accurate explanation of the sport, but I might still have probably missed a couple of things throughout making this video, so if I did miss out on anything, be sure...
I feel like I learned the sport better now. Do I think that I could keep up watching an F1 match? No, I don't think so. But will I feel comfortable enough to gamble some money on it? No, I won't. But will I feel comfortable to throw a side bet with my mans and say, man, who you think's the car not making it up there? On everything I seen the way he driving, I think he gonna at least get 5th place. And I might throw like 5 on it like that. You know what I'm saying? If you guys enjoyed the video, click this video right here. It's as entertaining, if not more entertaining than the video we just watched. Thank you for learning F1 with me. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.